I did want to reiterate to everyone that they should check out the Iowa Music Podcast. The Iowa Music Podcast is run by Mike Schulte from the Pork Tornadoes. The Pork Tornadoes are one of the most popular bands in Iowa. They're a cover band, but don't just be like, what, cover band? Check it out. Check out the podcast. He's got years and years of experience, and with that amount of popularity allows him to talk to some really cool people. So check it out. The episodes are always really good, but the one that just came out this last week is probably one of my favorites. Mike and I banter back and forth a little bit about social media here and there online. Even in our couple interviews we did together, we discussed it. So if you guys are looking for something to kind of help your social media performance, check out that episode. I mean, there's tons of stuff in there, tips, tricks, things he tried, things that worked, things that didn't work, what kind of posts he made that had the most exposure, what kind of posts he made that had the least amount of exposure, and all sorts of stuff. He did like 2 months worth of testing on this. So the proof is in the pudding. I mean, the stats are there. I can back up a lot of what he's saying because I've been kind of goofing around with the Three Finger Betty social media accounts, and like I said, I can back up a lot of what he's saying. Frequency has a big deal, to do with it. And we always thought to ourselves, it's quality over quantity always on social media, but no, it seems to be quantity over quality, but there still has to be good quality. So it's this weird thing where you can post, once a day, almost every single day, but sometimes you can post more than that and even gain higher exposure. The fact of the matter that we were trying to get around to the point of talking about it on an episode of this podcast, as well as, like I said, his whole episode on the Iowa Music Podcast this last week is all about this. So if you don't believe what I'm talking about, he has numbers written down and facts and figures and percentages and exposure rates and all sorts of crazy cool things he's talking about as far as social media. So, but like I said, if you want to check out some of this stuff, I really think there's a value that has to be put on a band's social media platform. And I understand there's some people that might argue that. I mean, some of my favorite musicians, local musicians, have a very, very sparse at best social media, account. They don't run too much stuff. They only have maybe a Facebook at best. And, if that, they don't post too many things, or a lot of the things they post are so similar to the previous things they post that sometimes I scroll past them by accident. So posting the same pictures over and over and over again and things like that might not always be beneficial. But like I was saying, some of these people, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to have your local fans go to see you. You've built up a strong enough following that social media is not going to, change the amount of money that gets put in your pocket